Hello everyone, welcome back to another video, and today it's getting to that time of year again where things just kind of begin to turn colder and people start to notice kind of more snowy kind of outlooks in the weather models on the GFS charts. At the end of the runs, people start to notice those kind of crazy fantasy snow runs. And this year there is kind of a bit of interest regarding whether some of these kind of model runs could actually come true and whether we could kind of see early not Christmassy, wintry scenes like this one maybe through the UK, and especially kind of in the last day or so, models have started to agree, and kind of the idea of some colder weather towards the end of November has really picked up in the last day or so, and we could even see some snow in places, but still a long way out. So let's get into kind of the forecast now. So I'll start off as usual by kind of reviewing some weather models. This is on wxcharts.com, kind of like weather charts, and I'm currently viewing the GFS model. This is the 12 o'clock run because the 6 o'clock run hasn't kind of started yet. And you can see what happens as I'll get out this pen. I kind of have this high pressure system, like signified by that H, kind of hanging around here. We've got those black lines kind of surrounding it. Those are the isobars, and the wind kind of blows clockwise around high pressure systems like that. And so you can kind of imagine that this air will be pretty mild moving into the UK right now, tomorrow. Sorry, not tomorrow, on Wednesday. And you can see this high pressure kind of drifts through kind of the UK sort of region, kind of drifts through like this kind of ridge, and keeping winds from the southwest, so pretty mild. You can see kind of those yellowy green colours on the map like so. And then what starts to happen is on the GFS run, at least, we start to see this kind of new area of high pressure, as you can see here, kind of a significant one. This new area of high pressure develop to the west of the UK, kind of over the northern Atlantic, kind of extending up towards Greenland over here. And like I said, because winds flow clockwise around a high pressure system, you can imagine that the winds kind of flow like this from the north, and you can see we're starting to see kind of those pink colors which signify snow in parts kind of to the north here. And what ends up happening is we have this strong high pressure system, about 1040 millibars, which is quite high really, sitting kind of just to the west UK with a northerly and northeasterly airflow. And so for a long time, kind of in the last week or so, this has been shown by models, and quite a lot of people have been saying, well, this kind of thing usually happens where we usually see kind of a high pressure being shown on the model forecast, but nothing much comes from it. However, this has kind of persisted, and it's picked up agreement from most major models now and ensembles as well. So within the models themselves, they also agree on some kind of colder weather. As you can see, this is a temperature at 1.5 kilometers moving through parts of the UK, and you can see we've got those -5 degree temperatures at 1.5 kilometers, which generally could be conducive to snow. So while snow isn't looking likely for this period, if we do end up seeing kind of one or two of these showers, maybe moving off the North Sea like this, like kind of moving off the North Sea or into parts of northern Scotland, or maybe through parts of Wales and southwest England, there is a kind of a medium chance or a small chance there could be snow, because the temperatures might just about be cold enough and the conditions might just about be right that we could see one or two isolated kind of snow showers by about Sunday next week, Monday next week. And as you can see, those kind of temperatures move through. But then what happens is this high pressure kind of drifts further south. And by this point, this is when the certainty kind of drops, basically. This is when things start to become more uncertain, and what we kind of knew is going to happen kind of during Saturday, Sunday, or not know, but have a good idea of what's going to happen, now going to kind of becomes uncertain. And I'll just run this through to give you an idea of one of the potential solutions. But some models are kind of showing a new high pressure system developing kind of near towards Greenland and kind of making its way down like this, kind of along this kind of ridge, and bringing much colder air. And so we might have something like this with very, very cold air conducive for snow, like this would be showing. And if this did happen, we would have snow showers definitely along eastern areas and northern areas if this happened. But what's a massive uncertainty is, will this actually happen? Will the high pressure itself kind of move around in parts of the kind of just to the west of the UK with more milder air from the Atlantic, or will it be in fact more towards kind of this kind of high pressure area kind of to the northwest of the UK, bringing some colder air? And to kind of get a better idea, we have to look at some other models. So this is the kind of the Canadian model, as you can see here. We'll look at a similar thing. You'll notice we have that high pressure. Wait, this is a bit too early, but we have that high pressure kind of toward the northwest of the UK, eventually bringing down a northerly like so. And if I just run that through, you can see that we kind of begin with that high pressure, like I said, situated across Europe, and then kind of moving like this towards, so that we get this kind of new area of high pressure, bringing kind of the less cold but still chilly interlude. This will be around Sunday, kind of Sunday, Saturday, Monday period, where we could see some cooler weather with the isolated chance of maybe a sleet or snow shower if the conditions are right. Maybe more on this in future videos. But the biggest uncertainty is whether we will get that proper cold blast. And this model is kind of just about hinting at it. Like this, maybe getting some cold northeasterly winds. This model just about hinting at it, like I said. But one of the potential failure scenarios that we wouldn't get snow is that kind of low pressure to the north pushes us down to the point where kind of the air source just becomes mild. And looking at another model again, kind of starting off, by the way, this is the European model, starting off with the kind of the same thing. Agreement is good up until about Sunday, with high pressure like this, and then making its way kind of northwards, kind of merging with this new area of high pressure, bringing a kind of cooler spell, but not significantly cold spell from the north. Maybe the isolated chance of a snow shower you can see in pink, maybe across Scotland, maybe Wales, maybe northeast England. This is by Sunday, and then by Monday, that's when the uncertainty starts to pick up. And where this high goes, we don't really know what's going to happen, what kind of things it's going to do, how it's going to behave. And however, in this model run, we do see kind of this colder scenario with those snow showers kind of moving into northeastern areas. And by looking at these three models, you might think, oh, well, this is great. This is great. We're going to see snow, but actually not so fast, because if I go to some ensembles, I'll start with London, you can see that actually there's still a lot of uncertainty, and you can see that among the ensemble, this is in black, silly me. Among the ensemble members, you can see that actually we've got good certainty kind of up until Sunday. We're likely to see kind of that cooler spell. Actually, no, I'll use yellow. It's easier to see. We're going to have that kind of cooler spell for a few days, and then the uncertainty really starts, because it does look like things might get a bit milder for the time, and then we could potentially see some sort of like kind of a downtrend. I'm actually going to see if the red works best here. Yeah, I'd say that red probably works best. Kind of see some sort of downtrend like this. But going into the longer term, you notice we do have these other solutions on top and these solutions down here, and the spread is very large, though there is a kind of if I had to say, there is a slight tendency for below average temperatures. And then again, looking at somewhere a bit further north, this is in Perth in Scotland, you can see you have that great certainty regarding how the weather will behave kind of up until Sunday, and then we start to see kind of the uncertainty really pick up. And while colder outlook is definitely possible, still things are very uncertain, as there are a lot of solutions. And if I just go back to the other sorry, let me just get rid of this. I just go back to the GFS ensembles, and I take a look at the kind of to get an idea of what the kind of ensembles generally believe. Like I said, we've got a very strong signal for high pressure during this is the Sunday period. So like certainty for Sunday is high, likely to have a cooler spell, but then watch what happens to kind of fade away by the time we get to kind of Thursday, Friday. Though I do have to say that there is still a significant signal that we could see high pressure kind of setting itself up to the north, with low pressure kind of sliding in like this, with maybe cold northerly or northeasterly air. And so in this kind of a scenario, cold and snow even is likely, but to what extent we don't really know. And if we look at kind of probabilities, you can see the probability of upper air temperatures reaching about -5 is kind of on the order of 30 to 40% across much of the UK, maybe in kind of increasing a bit to 40 to 50% later on. And then the temperature of kind of the probability of proper cold is a lot lower, 10-20% for most. And so it's kind of like we don't really know what's going to happen. The potential is definitely there, but we're not quite sure if it will actually result in snow. And we kind of have to take a look at some of the background factors. And this is the Madden-Julian oscillation, which kind of shows thunderstorms across kind of the equatorial regions of the world. And you can see here that kind of these phases 5, 6, and 7 are favorable for high pressure development, blocking, and therefore colder weather. And you can see through the general forecast, we do kind of have a tendency maybe towards 5, maybe 6, but also as you can see, also we have tendency for other ones as well. And looking at the ECMWF as well, you can see we have same thing here, like so, maybe a tendency towards 5 and 6, but also across other kind of phases as well, which could support other types of weather. And then kind of starting to wrap up the video, this is kind of the 500 millibar height anomaly, so kind of shows the weather pattern. This is through this week, and you can see high pressure kind of keeping things mild, but then starts to orientate itself towards kind of the north, like this, kind of retrogresses back towards Greenland, or maybe even a new high forming kind of with towards Greenland with any like warm air advection, that kind of thing. And that might kind of lead to cold northerly winds, and then kind of that pattern continuing through the end of November, as you can see here, toward into the first week or so of December, where we could continue to see maybe high pressure encouraging some northerly wind, northerly airflow. And same with the temperature anomaly. You can see that there is good certainty by kind of the week Monday 22nd to 29th of November of colder than average temperatures across the UK, but especially towards the second half of this week and into December as well, there's a lot less certainty. So kind of overview for this video, it wasn't the most kind of detailed or kind of precise or concise video I've ever made, definitely not, but kind of summarizing, there is a chance of a cold. We've got good certainty on cold kind of around Sunday, Monday, next Sunday, Monday, but the kind of the idea of how cold it will get after that is very uncertain, and it could get even a bit snowy, but right now we don't really know. So thank you very much for watching, everyone. Bye.